Hi everyone, it's Dawn and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have a huge outbreak of gastrointestinal sickness on one cruise ship. We have another cruise ship that has, shall we say, internal issues because she broke down again. And then we have another ship issue where the cruise line itself is investigating the ship to see why passengers were waiting outside in the hot sun for hours upon hours. So we have the Grand Princess who is returning to Melbourne on the 11th, which is tomorrow. It had a large outbreak of, they're calling it gastrointestinal sickness, basically norovirus of some sort. And they have instituted, of course, the cleaning procedures on board and the, gloves and hands and things like that in the kitchen for the buffet and all this other stuff, extra cleaning, etc., double checking, making sure people are washing their hands. But there was quite a few passengers who came down with it, and so many so that when it returns to Melbourne on the 11th, it is now delayed embarkation. So passengers will be able to get off at normal times. That's not the issue, but then they're going to do a complete cleaning and scrubbing and changing out everything, including like the water and stuff like that, and pools and hot tubs. And yeah, it's going to be going and delaying the embarkation for those people getting on board. You won't be able to start getting on board that ship until 3:30 in the afternoon, and the ship will now leave later at about 7:30 that evening. Hopefully the scrubbing and the cleaning and everything like that has taken it away. But if you're on the Grand Princess coming up on the 11th, just beware, start washing your hands everywhere you go, because the norovirus was quite prominent on this current sailing. Speaking of current sailings, one ship that won't be sailing anymore is the Carnival Panorama. We announced this week that the Carnival Panorama was missing 2 of her 3 ports because she had propulsion issues where she could not reach her top cruising speeds or higher speeds, and she just poked along back to the west coast. And yeah, we were wondering what's going to happen with the next cruises. Well, we now know that the next cruise won't be going, but yeah, that's not all. Well, we now know that it won't just be the next sailing that they won't be sailing. They're canceling the next 4 sailings on the ship, and hopefully no more after that. But yeah, 4 more sailings. They're going to be on the 11th, the 18th, the 26th, and December 2nd. Now, the 11th is tomorrow. How many people are getting ready to jump on their flight today when they're getting these emails and saying, hey, by the way, your ship's canceled? So it's very last minute, even for next week and the week after. That's pretty last minute because you've got your hotel books, you've got your planes, and some of these are non-refundable, and it's going to be a bit of a mess for a lot of passengers. I feel really sorry for people. This is something you don't plan for. Oh, a storm's coming, you might miss a day or something like that, but to miss 4, just your ship's being pulled out of service, just yanked out of service, and you won't be able to get on, catches everybody off guard. Now, they are going to be offering some compensation. First of all, everybody is getting 100% refund, including any money you bought. So shore excursions, drink packages, anything you purchased through Carnival will be reimbursed coming back to you. However, the next compensations, they have split it up a little bit. So the next 2 sailings, so the 2 quicker sailings, the 11th and the 18th, because they're so last minute, they are offering 100% future cruise credits for compensation. But on the 26th and the 2nd, they're offering 50% future cruise credits. Quite frankly, when it's within a month of the sailing, I kind of think you should be just give everybody the 100%. I know you're saving basically one sailing's worth of money by doing this, and it's a lot of money, of course, when you count how much money is spent per sailing by passengers. But yeah, I don't like the fact that they divided it up that way. I think they should have just been, hey, sorry guys, we had to pull the ship out of service for a month, and yeah, here's 100% future cruise credits. They also put some conditions on it that those future cruise credits cannot be used as the deposit. They cannot be used to purchase shore excursions or drink packages or anything like that. They also can't be used to pay your port fees and taxes. So no matter what, you're going to have to pay some money to book another cruise. Now, they should be available starting December 3rd, I believe they said, and goes all the way until November 30th, 2024. You have to have made your booking by then. You don't have to have sailed by then, but you have to have made your booking. But yes, you're going to save some money on your next cruise. However, no matter what, even if your future cruise credit you're getting from this sailing covers the entire cost of your next sailing, you're still going to have to pay the deposit yourself. You're still going to have to pay taxes and port fees. You're still going to have to pay your insurance, and you can't use it for other things like your shore excursions and stuff. Okay, I guess conditions are conditions. I guess you're going to upgrade your cabin on the next sailing or sail a longer sailing in order to use up all those future cruise credits. They don't say anything about if it's able to be split up or anything like that, but that means you have to sail at least twice and book those. Again, conditions on them giving you money because they canceled the cruise. I don't like conditions like that, but I can understand some of it. The deposit part, I don't. The deposit part, I don't understand because people have already given you the money in that price that you're refunding as a deposit. Those future cruise credits should be able to be used as deposit. And yes, it's fine. Go ahead and make them non-refundable deposits. So if it's a $200, $300, $400 deposit, make them non-refundable. Make people choose a booking that they actually want to go on instead of just randomly choosing a sailing and then canceling and rescheduling something they want. That would be perfectly acceptable, but to just say, yeah, you can't use it, I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Well, let's talk about something else. How about Royal Caribbean investigating their own ship? But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with everything going on in cruising, from ship delays to sicknesses on board, to cruises being canceled, to new ships coming online, etc., etc. We'll talk about it here on the channel. I'll try and keep you up to date as best I can. I'll try and give you some tips and tricks to make your cruise just a little bit easier, maybe save you some money in the meantime. And yeah, I hope you'll join us. If you hit the subscribe button, it really doesn't cost anything. Nobody's going to knock on your door and start selling you anything. I had somebody ask me that. Are you going to show up and try and sell me? No, I don't know where you live. So that's not going to happen. But when you hit that subscribe button, it really does help the channel out, and I really do appreciate it. Okay, let's talk about what happened in Cairns. If you wonder where that is, that's up in Australia. And the Quantum of the Seas was sailing there, and they disembarked, and you have to take a bus from when you disembark to town, and then you take that bus back, and then you have to, it's a tender port, where you have to take the ship's tenders back and forth. Quantum of the Seas is a huge cruise ship. Huge cruise ship. Well, apparently they only had 4 tenders running that day. So picture 4,000 passengers and 4 tenders running that might hold 100 passengers at a time going back and forth. Figure out how long that's going to take people back and forth each time. Well, apparently people were going down, they got their ticket to get on their tender, and they waited 2 hours before their number was called just to get off the ship. And then when they get off the ship, they had another half-hour bus ride. Then they got back, and lo and behold, when you got back, surprise, 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 there was a huge line in the hot Australian sun just sitting out there waiting to get on a tender. Again, only 4 tenders running. And it took, again, lineups for hours for people to get back on the ship. Your basic day in Cairns was waiting for a tender to either get off or get on the ship. Half your day, 4 hours of your day, was waiting in line, and some of it sitting in the hot, hot sun in Australia with no water, no nothing, just expecting to get back on the ship, and you're not. So Royal Caribbean itself has said that they are launching an investigation to find out what happened, why this was the case, and yeah, I think some questions are definitely going to be asked because there were some very, very disgruntled Royal Caribbean passengers on board. Let me know what you guys think. What would you think of that? Taking 4 hours to get on and off the ship just to take a bus after that. So it just seems like, yeah, not a great plan. Not a great plan for the Quantum of the Seas. Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.